I know you guys heard from anybody that brought you here and all that. So we were like, all right, cool, whatever. I'm like, that sounds like it's fun and cool and like interesting, but it sounds too good to be true. So we were like, nah, we put it aside. It's one of those things that don't work. One of those things people get involved in and they never make any money. They don't get anything. They don't get new cars. They don't make anything out of it. So it's just one of those things. They take your money and they run away, and then you're left with money out of your pocket. So then we shut it down completely. We let it go. We were just we went on with our lives. And then during May, I believe it was, the last couple months of high school, Janet comes up to me in class. She's like, here, try this. She gives me this can. And I was like, all right, cool. So I drink it, and I was like, yo, this is pretty good. I like it. She was like, really, you like it? Well, are you willing to come to a home event with me tonight? Would you do that for me, like one of these? But it wasn't here. It was actually at her house. Well, Angel's house. And I was like, oh, yeah, that sounds fun. So then I go, and then they started telling us about how the business works, and then how you can make money, how, 3 to 5 year plan and all this and all that. So we're like, all right, sounds interesting, sounds fun. So then I had to get my questions out, because this is not the first time I heard of it, but the second time. So I was skeptical, I was kind of confused on how it works, so I had to get my questions answered. So that's the first thing I did. I talked with Angel, I talked with Angel's brother, and I talked with a guy named Brady Polson. Great guy, making 6-figure income, he has his paid for BMW. He's like our coach, and we're like the team. He's trying to help us get to where he's at. And he literally takes time out of his day to come talk to us, explain to us, teach us other ways and all this. And just amazing guy. So after all that, I was like, all right, let's run. I was a 3, what we call a 3 is someone that just, they want to get in business. So I was like, okay, let's go, let's run with it, I'm down. So then, after that, I get started everything, and I'm just going crazy with my friends and all that, and they're just like, oh, really, all this and all that, and that's how I got like Miles and Renzo here. And so, a little bit about the product, it's called VIMA. So it stands for Vitamins, Essential Minerals, Mangosteen, and Aloe Vera. It has your 12 full-spectrum vitamins, essential minerals, over 65 plant-source minerals, essential meaning your body needs them, so it's something you need on a daily basis. It has mangosteen, which has antioxidants that fight free radical cells, which help prevent some, I'm not saying it's going to cure you or anything, but it helps your body work a lot better to prevent getting sick or anything like that. So it's really great really great fruit to put in your body. It's originated from Southern Asia. It's a mangosteen. It's a super fruit, like they like to call it, and it has aloe vera. So what that does, it helps enhance your immune system and reduce inflammation. So people like me playing sports, my knees are bad because of football and all that. That's not cool. I'm too young to be having that type of pain. So then so basically what it is the CEO, he lost his parents to the number 1, number 2 killers, cancer and heart disease. So what he decided to do is make a formula for people to take to help them be healthier, so they don't get these cancer or heart disease or anything else. So none of us here wake up in the morning saying, oh, I'm going to go take my vitamins real quick before I go to work, before I go to school, right? So you got to try to figure out a way that everybody would like to take them. So basically, all it is just transferring dollars from one thing to the next. So what he did is he decided to put this formula, this VIMA formula that they showed up there, he decided to put in every single one of our products. So unless you drink nothing but water, cool. But I doubt all of us just drink nothing but water every single day. So, we can't argue water is the number 1 most consumed beverage in the world. After that comes coffee. So what does a coffee drinker do when he runs out of coffee?
He buys
more coffee, right? So we made a product, it's called a Mojoe, and it's a coffee, it's made with coconut cream. There it is.
It's good.
It's made with coconut cream, not milk, for people that are allergic to dairy or anything, that are lactose intolerant and all that. And coconut cream is crazy right now, you got that cocoa butter lotion and cocoa butter.
You're making too much.
So then, and after that comes, I believe it's the energy drink industry. So, people every day are stopping by at Circle K or 7-Eleven or, Fry's or whatever to buy a Monster, Rockstar, Red Bull, right? And what is that stuff doing to you? It's not good for your body at all whatsoever. Monster, some guy just found a Monster a rat in his can, drinking a Monster. So when he finished it, at the very end, he kind of felt something in there, looks in, and there's a rat in there. Like, come on, man. It's not good. And some little girl just died in Mexico from a Red Bull, I think like a couple months ago, which is not cool at all either. So then, after the energy drink industry comes the tea industry. So then, people would drink a lot of tea. Tea's already good for you. A lot of us here drink the Arizona tea, right? But it's fake. It's fake fruits. It's nothing but sugar. It's sweet. That's the reason why we keep drinking them. Yeah, they're cheap, but then again, you're not really helping your body out at all whatsoever drinking one of those. And after that, we also have a diet supplement, which is the body. So the body, it's I don't know if you guys heard of it, of the America's
Extreme
Extreme
Makeover.
Makeover weight loss edition with Chris and Heidi Powell. So they run that show on ABC Monday nights, and over 110 million people watch that show. Out of every single company they could have chose to sell their products, like Herbalife and all these other GNC, all that, they decided to come with Vima. So that kind of tells you something right there. You know, we're like the real deal. So the way it works is, you know, they have like this little system. So the stuff that they give their like people in their show, you don't find those products in stores. They don't sell them in like GNC. They don't sell them at like Fry's. You're not gonna find them anywhere. The only way you're gonna find them is through Vima. So it's basically just a transfer in dollars from this pocket that you're spending on, you know, Red Bull, Rockstar, Monster Energy drinks, or the Starbucks and those little 5-hour energy shots, just to another one, to a healthy alternative. So that's all it is. It's just a simple, healthy alternative. You know, we all have just one body. We're not gonna get another body. So basically, like if your parents were to give you a keys to a car and say, here's the only car you're gonna get for the rest of your life. You know, you're gonna take care of it. You're gonna wash it. You're gonna clean the oil. You're gonna fill up the tires. You're gonna do all that good stuff. You know, but we only have one body, and we're not doing that like how we should be doing it. So we go, we eat McDonald's, we eat Jack in the Box, we eat all that junk that we shouldn't be eating. You know, so I mean, pretty much with all that kind of gives you a little bit about the product. I'm going to bring up my great friend Bridget. She is gold pushing diamond, about to get into her free car next month. And so yeah, Bridget.
Keep it going for Ruben. Awesome. Well, first of all, thank you all for coming tonight. I know you could be doing anything else on a Monday night, and you're spending it here with us, so thank you. Before I get into, you know, who I am and why I decided to do this, I'm just going to tell you, you know, relieve some pressure. We're not trying to sell you Verve. You know, I know he touched on a lot of the products because you obviously need to know all that kind of stuff, but we're not trying to sell you anything. We're not trying to convince you of anything. You know, we're not just trying to get anybody on our team. It's you know, in case you didn't notice, like, there's a need for this out there. It's not that we're like desperate for people. We're just, you know, presenting this opportunity. Whoever brought you here today, obviously, you know, they see something in you to where you could really use this opportunity, and they want you to work with them. The whole concept of this is to work with your best friends and get rich with them, right? So, and you know, so I just wanted to relieve the pressure. You know, we're just looking for a few key people to really take this seriously and run with us. So with that said, my name's Bridget. Like you said, I'm 22 years old. I go to Arizona State University studying health sciences. I was working at In-N-Out Burger. Last week was my last week there. So I got to fire my boss, which is pretty cool through this opportunity. We see a lot of people achieving that. You know, RJ achieved that pretty quickly as well. So with that said, you know, I got introduced to do this by RJ. We went to high school together. We were really good friends. So, you know, kind of like whoever brought you here today, you're probably really good friends. But we were going to ASU together as well. And, you know, he's studying business, you know, majoring in business, minoring in drinking. So I wasn't really too sure about the whole thing. But he actually tricked me into going to a huge conference in San Diego, kind of like the one that you saw on the first video, with thousands of kids our age, you know, a little bit older, a little bit younger, and then, you know, people that could potentially be my parents or my grandparents. So I saw this working for a wide range of people, you know. I saw all the success, and then I got kind of upset. I was like, RJ, why haven't you told me about this sooner? You know, why have I, you know, I've seen it around, but why hasn't anybody else told me about it and, like, forced me to come hear about it like you are, you know? Because I saw all the success, and he's like, well, it's not on, you know, it's not in stores. You're not going to hear about it on a commercial. You have to hear about it through a friend. So I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense. So I sat through the convention. You know, I wasn't too sure about what I was getting myself into. He asked me if I wanted to, you know, come to a business conference. And then I get there, and it was like a party. I was like, this is business? Like, this is work for you? Like, you get paid? And he's like, yeah. He's like, come on. So I sit through it, and I hear from a lot of really successful people, you know, people that really had what I wanted. And it got me kind of reevaluating who I take my advice from in life. You know, we take our advice from the people closest to us, not necessarily the people who have what we want, right? So that was kind of a different concept to me. I was like, oh, why have I been doing that? That doesn't make any sense. How are they going to show me how to get what I want if they haven't even gotten it? Like, they don't know how, right? So, I love my mom to death, but she doesn't have the lifestyle that I want to live, so why would I listen to her when it comes to my finances? It doesn't make any sense. So, I started listening to people like RJ, who's making, over $1,000 a month residually in this company, driving a paid-for Benz at the age of 22. And I don't say that to impress you or anything, and I'm saying, I'd rather take my advice from somebody who's achieved that. He almost makes more money than my mom does. Like, why would I listen to her, right? And it's not even that, even if my mom does has the bank account that I want, it's not duplicatable, right? So that's the other thing. You have to take advice from somebody who has what you want, and if it's duplicatable. So, there's the man, Grady Polson himself. So, I was really intrigued by the whole opportunity. It sounded, too good to be true. Like Ruben was saying, it did sound too good to be true. And it kind of made me skeptical because I was, I didn't want to get my hopes up. I don't know if any of you feel the same way. I was kind of like, what if this is that thing? What if this is that thing that I've been looking for? I just didn't know what I was looking for. So when he told me you could make money without trading your time for it, that concept was so different. I was like, no way. Like, that doesn't make any sense, right? But it turns out the wealthiest people in the world make money without trading their time for it. If you think about a singer like Drake, is he going around singing his new song in every single person's ear? No, he's not trading his time for money, right? He's recording the song one time and spreading it around the world so he can make his money work for him. That's the whole concept. Except our songs are these cans. And, I realized it was stuff we're doing already, you guys, because I was like, well, is it going to take time? Like, am I going to have to, take time away from my studies at ASU or my full-time job? And he's like, absolutely not. This is done part-time, extremely part-time, and it's stuff you're doing already anyways. Look down, you're constantly branding yourself. You're constantly, like with the products you're drinking or the brands you're wearing, you're marketing all the time. Why not get paid for it? I was like, well, true. Every time I scroll on Instagram, I see somebody with a Starbucks in their hand, right? But she's not getting paid for that. It's the same exact concept, except you get paid. So, so when I saw that, I was like, okay, that makes sense. It's just word of mouth advertising. So say I drink Verb because I like it. I know it's healthy for me. Like Ruben went over how healthy it is for you. That's why I drink it. And I share it with my friends, and I get paid for that. So if I share it with Trevor shares it with his friend in Miami, and his friend shares it with Grandma. Doesn't it make sense that we should both get paid for indirectly referring Grandma to the product? Because if we didn't do that, she would have never heard about it. And that's exactly what this is. It's just the company, BK, he puts the money back into the pockets of the consumers, and he pays out 50%. That's a lot. I don't know of another company that really does that, honestly. It's just like Amazon.com, except they pay out 12%.
Sure.
So I don't know about you, but this is a lot better. And people are making a lot of money in that company. Same exact concept, but you can buy those things in the store. So you can't buy this product in the store. That's where our opportunity lies. Like you said, it's on Extreme Makeover Weight Loss Edition, the weight loss line, the protein. You can't buy that in stores. Like if somebody wants that, they see that show and they want the product, they have to go through you. They have no other choice. So I was like, okay, this is making sense. And then I started looking at the economy. You guys didn't come here for me to just lecture you on what the economy's like. I'm sure you all know. We saw it in the video. A lot of my friends that just graduated are moving back home with mom and dad like, crap, what am I supposed to do now? They're not getting jobs. The job market sucks. 52% of the world is under the age of 30, and that's who we're competing against for jobs, raises, promotions, all kinds of stuff, scholarships. So I saw that, and I saw this, and it just made so much sense, and I realized, okay, if it makes sense to me, it's going to make sense to my friends, and if I like the product, my friends are going to like the product. So my next question was, how do you get paid? Because I understood, you pay out 50%, but how exactly does the money work, right? Is anybody else wondering that? So, it's think about a part-time job. A lot of our friends work part-time jobs. You make $10 an hour. You work 20 hours a week. You get paid $200 by the end of the week, $800 by the end of the month. After taxes, $600 or $650 is what you're going home with, right? So compare that to this. You start 2 lines of distribution. You enroll one friend over here and one friend over here. Now we help those 2 friends find 4 people, whether it's that person finds 4 or one person finds another person finds another person, however it happens. Now you have 5 and 5, right? 10 people on your team, you're making about $200 a month. You break even. Now your product's free. So stuff we're buying already, now we're getting it for free. That's pretty nice, right? And it's done very part-time. So now, from there, we help these 5 get 4. We help these 5 get 7. Now you have 20 and 35. You have 55 people on your team. You're making about $700 a month, and you're out of your part-time job.
Yeah.
And you're working completely from your phone.
Yeah.
Okay, so a step further, we help those 20 find 1, and those 35 find 1 each. So now you have 40 and 70, and you're making about over $1,000 a month, and you're driving a free car. So when I saw those numbers, I was like, whoa, that is insane. Like, so it doesn't even matter, like, if I enroll 100 people, or if I enroll one person who enrolls like the rest of the 98, I get the car. And they were like, yeah, because if you didn't tell that person, they would have never known, and so you get credit for everything. And I was like, okay, this just makes way too much sense. So from there, I was like, all right, I'm down. I was like, but the other thing, you know, I wanted to know, I was like, are you going to help me? Because obviously, you know, I didn't really understand how to explain the products. I wasn't as good of a speaker as I am now. I wasn't going to be up here, like, talking to my friends, like, breaking down the numbers and stuff. It's like, I don't know how to do that. Are you going to help me? And like Ruben said, Grady's like the coach of our team trying to win the championship, dude. Like, he's like, yes, that's what I'm here for. He has a very successful business already, but yet he's still here tonight supporting us. That should show you something. You know, he's making 6 figures, driving a free car. He could be home with his wife and his kid, but he's like, hold on, I'm going to go out and help my team because we're like family to him too. So the reason why this is working so well for everyone is, you know, the product, obviously, the numbers, the tools, and the support. So, you know, the product, honestly, I would drink this product whether or not there was a business attached to it. And I think everyone in here would agree that that is on the product. Because we're drinking stuff like this already. Raise your hand if you know somebody who drinks coffee, tea, energy drinks, weight loss supplements, protein shakes, whatever. Yeah, everybody. We know people who drink these products. So then from there, you know, it was the support. We have Grady, we have RJ, we have people who have achieved what we want and they're here helping us. And we have the tools. So for people like Grady, who achieved a 6-figure income without really any of the tools that we have now, he didn't have this freaking building. Like, he didn't have anything. He didn't even have the car bonus for a while. Like, no real incentives, and he made it to 6 figures. Imagine what we can do. We're achieving what they achieved so much faster because they went through all the crap, like, okay, don't do any of this, that didn't work. You know, we have all the tools now. We have training websites. We have this building. We have, you know, all the new incentives. We have a free trip to Cabo in January, stuff like that. Like, so that's why it's working. And, you know, the last thing was the numbers. So for a company, you saw in the video, our company did $117 million in sales in 2012. In 2013, it did $221 million. That's over $100 million in growth. And we're on track to double that this year, to 450, 500 million at the end of this year. So for a company that pays out 50%, it's like, how big of a piece of a pie do you want? You know, but more importantly, are you even hungry? Because there are a lot of people that aren't motivated, right? But I'm motivated as hell. And if you're not going to tell your friends about this opportunity, I will. So she will. So it's like, everyone's going to be drinking these products. BK has made it his mission to make this product a household item. So it's just, are you going to get credit for those orders, or are they going to be in somebody else's business? That's pretty much what it comes down to. So with that, I know you guys thought that I was like the one, like the girl to listen to, like that lady boss, but no, it's not me, it's Janet. Janet is the girl that you want to follow in this, okay? She's absolutely killing it. She ranked up twice in a month. Like, what?
Yeah.
So I have the pleasure of bringing her up. She's going to close it out and, you know, really, you know, just show you how exactly you get started in this. And I really want you to pay attention. If you didn't hear anything I said, or Ruben or Miles or Trevor or the videos, pay attention to what Janet's going to say, because she just has the sharpest mind, and but she's so caring and so much fun as well. So with that, I'm going to bring up Janet.
Hi everyone. Before I talk about myself, I just want to throw it back to Bridget. Thank you, Bridget, for everything you've done, for everything you've shown me and us as a team. She's an amazing person, an amazing leader. She's got the brains, got the heart, got the power. So she's an amazing person. That being said, I'm Janet. I'm 18 years old. I graduated from Correa High School. Go Dons, whoop. And sorry, just had to throw that out there. But I was working at In-N-Out Burger, and I didn't really like my job, and I had to find something else, something different, something new, something that would not only help me grow as a person, but help my bank account grow as well. And so I was introduced to Vima by Angel and Shayla. Angel sitting right there, Shayla couldn't make it, but I was introduced to it by them. And little did I know that they would become like my bestest friends in the whole wide world. And so when they first came to me, I was really close-minded about it. I had my ego up my butt, and I was like, nope, I know everything already. I have over 4.9 in school. Like, I got good grades. I'm going to college. I'm going to get a degree. I'm going to be everything I want to be in life. Like, I don't need Vima. I don't need you guys telling me what to do, what to say, or how to say it. Like, I'm good. I'm straight. I'm good. And so I was really close-minded. I was really stubborn. I was really conceited. And I don't know if that relates to any of you, but that was just how I was. You know, like, I knew everything already. I didn't need anyone showing me anything else. And so I was really I was kind of rude about it. I was very rude about it to them. And I just kind of threw them out the window. I was like, no, I don't need you. I don't need this. But then about a month later, because I was a customer, I loved the product. I saw my mom lose weight. She lost 17 pounds in a month with the body burn line.
Yeah.
And she didn't exercise. She didn't eat healthy. All she did was replace, I don't have a can on me, but all she did was replace 2 out of her 3 meals a day with a can. She didn't go and start juicing or start making a salad with chicken or turkey or whatever a day. No. All she did was, instead of eating 3 times a day, she picked up a can, drank it in the morning, ate whatever the hell she wanted for lunch, whether it be McDonald's or something healthy, and then for dinner, instead of eating again, she would drink another can. 17 pounds in 1 month. I was like, holy crap. I need to partner up with this business because it's working. And so that kind of opened up my eyes. And that's one thing. You have to have open mind and open eyes, because if you don't, then you're not going to go very far in life. Just throwing that out there. But Angel came back to me and he was like, so how does your mom like the product? And I was like, you were right. And I didn't really want to admit it because I was really conceited and I was very stubborn. I knew everything. Remember? Over 4.0, Jenna knows it all. And so I was like, okay, you were right. I admit it. And then he was like, hey, let's go hang out with Shayla. Doesn't your brother need a haircut? And I was like, yeah. So we went to get my brother a haircut. And as we were doing his hair or whatever, Shayla and him were like, yeah, so you're going to school, you're going to get your grades, you're going to get your degree. What are you going to do after college? And I was like, I'm going to open up a business. He goes, with what money? I thought the whole reason you got scholarship was because you don't want student loan debt. So aren't you just going to go back and go to the bank, get a loan to open up your business? And I was like, yes, you're right again. And so I was like, crap, they keep telling me all these things that I've been denying for so long and I didn't want to admit to myself. And so when he and Shayla, mainly he, showed me that this business can get me to where I want to be and not only retire myself, but retire my mom and my kids and my kids' kids, I was like, okay, I need Vima. I admit it. I need it. I'm desperate. I need help. I need something that's going to give me the lifestyle that I want. And so he sat me down and Shayla was like, okay, what don't you like about your life? And I was like, well, I don't like any of it. I'm not happy. I'm always broke. I have to freaking go to the department store, I don't know, and go to the clearance section, check the price tag of the clearance rack before I can even try it on. I don't even walk in and say, I love this shirt. I'm in love with it. I'm going to buy it. No, Jenna has to go to the clearance rack over here, search through what she wants, and then when she finds it, check the price tag before she can even try it on. How nice would it be to go into a Nordstrom's, pick out a $500 dress, wipe your butt with it, and throw it away? $500, okay, that sounds pretty good. And so, I was always having to accommodate to my pocket when I can just accommodate my bank account to what I want it to be. And so when he was able to show me that, I was okay, let's run with it. Because I was working at In-N-Out Burger, which is my 4th job, by the way. It's not my 1st, 2nd, 3rd, but my 4th, which I quit, with Bridget, we used to work in now, we quit. I was working there, and no matter how hard I worked, I was still making $11 at the end of the day. Not 11 at the end of the day, but 11 an hour. So Ian can be working his tail off, and I can be working my tail off, but we're both going to make 11. Or he can be lazy as hell, and I can be working really hard, and he's still going to get 11, I'm still going to get 11. So we were getting paid accordingly. As opposed to in Vima, you work your tail off, and that's going to show in the money that you make. Or you can just sit down and do absolutely nothing and think you're just going to get like a rich quick thing and sit there and do nothing. That's going to reflect, again, with the money that you make. And so that being said, there's 2 ways to get started. So the first way, there's a gold pack. What we call the gold pack is $1,000. We mainly recommend that for like nightclub or bar owners. You know, it's a lot of highly discounted product that you probably don't really need, right? Can we all agree? Does anybody here own a nightclub or a bar? Okay, yeah. And so you don't really need that. But the second one, there's a customer 2-pack. It's $150. It gets your spot. It qualifies you for 7 out of the 9 bonuses. Like I said, it gets your spot. It's a good place to get started if you really don't have the money. You know, like go ahead and get it. And then the third one, we have an affiliate pack. The affiliate pack is $500, 7 cases of product, highly discounted, and highly recommended not only by me, but by a show of hands, who started off an affiliate pack? Okay. The affiliate pack qualifies you for the 2 extra bonuses, so 9 out of the 9 bonuses. And the top earners of the company that have seen like a lot of success, or just people that have seen success in itself, start off an affiliate pack. And so with that, there's always like you're literally sitting here and I'm telling you these prices, but you're coming up with 1,000 reasons like to not do it. You know what I mean? Like automatically we're so comfortable with the lifestyle that we live, and we don't really want to change, so we come up with excuses to not do it. Mine was the money. I was like, I'm always broke. I only have the money. When I hit 500, I was that kid in the back, like over there where Ren's at. I was the kid in the back laughing at everyone who was about to spend $500 on energy drinks. I was like, these kids are crazy. Like, what the hell are they about to do? Like, I'm not gonna do that. And so, like I said, Jenny knew everything, right? And so, what Grady Polson over there, my man, what he helped me realize was that there's people starting businesses for like 100K or 40K. Like his friend started a nightclub or a restaurant for 100K, and then it takes like 3 to 5 years to become profitable. And then his other friend started a landscape business for 40K, again 3 to 5 years to be profitable. And his business doesn't really grow like past 3 miles of distance or whatever. So when I saw that for $500 you can start a $1 million business, I was like, okay, maybe I'm down. Okay, let's go. And so money isn't the issue; it's a motivational issue, because I'm pretty sure if I had keys to a Lambo or a Ferrari and I was like the first person to bring me $500 for this car, raise your hand if you bring me the $500.
Oh yeah.
So like I said, it's a motivational issue. And so the second one, I was like, I'm super busy. I don't have time. I work 2 jobs. I have sports. I volunteer. I have 2 little brothers that I have to spend time with. Like, I don't have time for this. But the thing is that I thought I didn't have time because I was so busy. But I do this very part-time. Well, you do this very part-time at first, because now I quit my job. Like, Nemo was able to help me with that. And now I'm going to go into it full-time. And I'd rather, like, if I would have known that I would have made more money in Bima in 1 month than I did at In-N-Out working over 30 hours a week, like in 2 months, like more money in Bima in 1 month than at In-N-Out in 2 months. If I would have known that from the get-go, I would have been like, okay, from the very first time I heard of it, okay, let's go. Mm-hmm. But no, I didn't know that. I was skeptical, but I didn't ask questions. So I was like, okay, whatever, I don't really care. The third thing, I didn't really understand the business. I didn't really know how it worked. But that's the same thing as like going to work or going to your first day of work in khaki pants and a red shirt like I did at Target, not knowing anything about the job. I didn't know what I was going to do. It's the same thing. You get trained. People teach you. Okay, we teach you how to do. We teach you what to say, how to say, and who to say it to, and then you're going to get what we have. And so if you're like, I don't really know how this works, I don't really, like, you don't know, you're not going to know. No one knows everything. I know that now. And so we teach you, we help you. And so there's 3 types of people in the room. Okay, after everything I just said, there's going to be 3 types of people. And so either you're one, you think I'm fake, you think this is fake, you think that the business that you're sitting in isn't real, you think the cars are fake, you can't wait for me to shut the hell up so you can just get out and leave because you're sick of me talking. You don't like what people say. You hate your friend for bringing you here. You just don't like me. Just like get the hell out. And that's okay. That's okay. And last thing for the ones, nothing that has been said has been backed up by results. That's what you're thinking. Like you haven't seen the credibility. You haven't seen the results. You haven't seen any of that. Okay, that's fine. But then there's 2s. And so the 2s, you have questions. You're a little skeptical. You're like, okay, I like this. Like, I almost want to run with it. I almost want to let you take my hand, but I have questions. And so stay here. Let's get your questions answered, because I was skeptical too. But skepticism is just unanswered questions. So ask us your questions. Let's get those answered, and let's run with this so we can get started ASAP. And if you're a 3, You're like, Janice, shut up. I'm gonna get started right now. Like, I know you have an iPad on you, so sign me up right now. Give me my website, order my product. Let's go. Let's make money tonight. Like, you're 3. And so if you're 1, thank you for coming. We're gonna ask you to leave kindly because we don't want you around our 2s and 3s because we want to make money. We're gonna play some music and have fun. So thank you for coming, everyone. Thank you.